Hey, 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 happy Valentine's Day. It's almost over now, but still, it's not midnight yet, so it's still V-Day. So, anybody do anything special? Let me know in the comments. I am off, and I'm pretty much just stayed at home. I bought like a little cake just to like snack on for Valentine's Day. You know, Valentine's Day to me is not just for like romantic, you know, sexual, intimate between, to me, it's a day of love. So even if you're single, I still think it's cool to celebrate. But anyway, so we're going to jump into this. So one thing I absolutely love about streaming services is that you can watch shows, TV shows from overseas, right? I've mentioned this before. I think I made a video about some of my favorite overseas shows and movies, right? So I was on Tubi just scrolling around looking for something to look at, and I see this, show called Desmond. Now at the time I didn't know it was an overseas show. And I was looking and I was like, I thought it was older than what it was. I said, what is this, like a 70s show? I said, I've never seen this before. I said, I can't believe I've never seen this. Even if I didn't watch it, I would have at least heard of it. So when I clicked on it, saw that it comes from Britain. It's a British show. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started binging, and I'm telling you, I absolutely adore this show. It came out in 89, stayed on for 6 seasons, 88, I think, stayed on for 6 seasons. And, it's refreshing because it takes me back to when there was just smart writing. The jokes were catchy without having to try. It puts me in the mindset of like Fresh Prince and Martin, where it's just effortlessly funny. All the characters on the show are funny. Um, you you can't tell exactly when the writers are like, okay, I'm gonna put this joke in here. We're gonna kill him with this. When you can kind of pinpoint where the joke is gonna be or what the joke is, it's like, dang. So I like that it flows smoothly. Like I said, like Fresh Prince, for example, it's just one of those good comfort shows. So it's about this Guyanese family from Guyana who moved from there in the 60s to Peckham, which is a town in London. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's in England, or a neighborhood in London. And so their kids have British accents because they pretty much grew up there. But the family, the mother and father are from, Guyana, which even though that's Caribbean, but it's actually in South America, right? Northern South America. So Desmond is the owner of this barbershop, and him and his family live above the barbershop. And one of the things that I like is it's one of those shows where you have every character kind of contributes. Like in the barbershop, you have these two guys. One name's Matthew. He's from the Gambia. The other guy name's Pork Pie. He's friends with Desmond. They grew up together. They had a band together in Guyana, right? So, but those two, they sit in the barbershop chit chat and everything. They have Desmond and Shirley, that's his wife. They have 3 children. Michael is the oldest, and he's grown. He's a bank manager, and then the other 2 kids are still in high school, boy and girl. They later on in the first season, I believe, they added on another character who is this white gentleman named Tony. He cuts hair. And you also have, just like on Martin, for example, right? You have some characters that are not on there every episode or every week, but they make a very, they play a significant role. Like you had Brother Man, you had Hustle Man in Martin. You had that lady that was drunk. You had what's that old lady with the glasses? Dang, I can't believe anyway. Those who watch Martin, you know what I'm talking about. So in this one, you have this lady who, she's hilarious. I think they portray her to be older than what she was in real life. But she plays like this very, eccentric, oh my God, I had a vision type person. And she's coming there, she's all dramatic. They have Shirley's sister, who is Aunt Susu. Aunt Susu always comes. She comes here and there, bringing the drama. One episode, she was marrying this 18-year-old boy, and I think she's like 50 something. Um, it's a very binge-worthy show, right? So as always, when I'm watching a show, why do my notes keep going in and out? Whenever I'm watching a show, I like to do research on the cast. So unfortunately, Desmond, the main character of the show, he passed right when the show ended. When I was reading online, they were actually saying that they had to end the show partially to his illness. I saw a picture of him online and he had a leg amputated. I'm guessing he probably had diabetes. It just said natural causes on the Wikipedia, but the fact that he had a limb amputated, I think it may have been complication of diabetes is what he died from. Shirley, the wife, is no longer living. Michael's still living, and it's so hard to find information on some of these people. I don't know if it's because I thought the World Wide Web was World Wide Web, but you know, UK sites have UK at the end, so I don't know if that's keeping me from finding more information. But the only thing I found out about Michael is that he played in a movie with Denzel Washington right before this Desmond show started. The movie's called, it's either Of Queen and Country or For Queen and Country. You can see it on YouTube. The quality's not that good, but the movie came out in '88, so they probably didn't remaster it because I don't think it was that popular, but it's on YouTube if you look that up. He played in that. The last thing that I saw on him on YouTube as far as like any kind of interview was like 14, 15 years ago. So, but he did also play in one of the Star Wars movie, right? I'm not going to say their real names because I'm not going to do all that. Y'all can Google the cast and look it up yourself. Sean, last time I checked, he was a teacher teaching music because his character on the show is really into music. He raps for like the first 2 episodes. And that's the last time I checked, he was doing that. Now, the girl who played Gloria, and let me tell you something, Gloria can dress down, okay? I don't know if it's because that kind of style from like the early mid-90s is kind of back a little bit along with the Y2K, but she was dressing her behind off. But I cannot find anything on the actress. I can't find anything else she played in. I can't find a Instagram, a Facebook, anything, a Twitter. I don't know, but she did a great job. I don't know where she is now. Pork Pie is one of the guys that from Guyana that I was telling you about that was in the band with Desmond. He's still living. He is, I think, 84, 85 years old. And someone took a picture with him on Twitter recently, not too long ago. He's still kicking. Because, you know, this show, a lot of these people were like in their 50s when the show came out. So a lot of them are not with us anymore. Matthew is no longer with us anymore. Now, in real life, on the show he played, again, being in real life, he was actually from Ghana. He he was in some plays, some shows, and things like that. He was really good. Like I said, every character on the show was funny and contributed so much in a way. Tony still working. Mandy, who, well, I don't want to spoil it, but she is Michael's secretary. Her role got to be more, she started to appear on the show more probably the 3rd season on up. Auntie Susu, the one who bring the drama, she is no longer with us. She passed not too long ago. So yeah, that's kind of sad, and I really hate that for the Desmond. His real name was Norman Beatty, if I'm not mistaken. Who really was from Guyana and who really was into music. The man who played Pork Pie was into music as well in real life. He actually had an album. You know, something that I absolutely love about this, and the writer who wrote this show, who created the show, he is from the islands, right? I love when you can put a joke in a TV show and it's universally funny, but people that are a part of that culture really get the joke. That takes talent, because with them being from the Caribbean, there's things that people from the Caribbean are going to get that other people may not get. And I was reading on the creator of the show, and he was saying he wanted to just show black people on a show just living life, which I think we need that again. I think right now we're really into we have to talk about racism every show. We have to talk about discrimination every show. We have to talk, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to watch a show of family just being a family. And that's what I absolutely love about this show, man. I feel cheated because I could have been watching this show, but shout out to Tubi for having these hidden gems on here. I'm pretty sure there's people in Britain who are maybe my age or older that grew up watching this show, and I think it was a hit over there, but we had never heard of it over here. The internet, social media does a very good job of connecting cultures. I feel like in this day and age, if you're prejudiced, you're just being willing. You are purposely being ignorant, because you could find out so much about different cultures. Like, I was on a South Africa kick hard as hell after watching Shadow on Netflix, and I was watching all the shows and stuff. You know, I love learning about different cultures, especially when it comes to the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? We share a lot of the same history, those of us who are descendants of the Atlantic slave trade. So watching that show, it still felt like, as a black American, I can relate to some things, right? Even though our cultures are different. We can't deny that. We got different cultures, but there's a lot of things we have in common. Probably have more in common than not. So yeah, like I said, man, also, before I let you go, there was a spinoff called Pork Pies, but I couldn't find that on a streaming service. So I think I just have to, scroll up on YouTube and see if I can find some blurry episodes. But anyway, yeah, it's on Tubi, called Desmond. Please check it out. If you're looking for a binge-worthy show, please check it out, because I absolutely love it. I wish more people knew about it. As always, peace and blessings. Shout out to my subs, man. Shout out to anybody that's watching that's not a sub. And if you're not a sub, become a sub. Just press that button, all right? Love y'all. Until next time.